Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Let me ask you something. When you stand on a golf course and you see a perfectly smooth green, a fairway that feels like a carpet, and a tee box that looks like a stadium pitch, do you ever wonder how much science, planning, people, and business it takes to maintain that? Because what you see as green surface is actually one of the most engineered outdoor systems in the world. And that's exactly what this talk series is about. Welcome to TGCTalks, Turfgrasscare Talks. I'm your host, Bhupendra Singh. I've been growing and managing turf grasses for nearly 2 decades, both in India and abroad, as a golf course superintendent and as an agronomic consultant. And through this series, I'll be sharing real experiences and real solutions from the golfing turfscape of India and from global practices as well. In every golf club, in every course meeting, in every golfer conversation, there's one constant expectations. And that expectation is good putting surface. Golfers cannot accept bad turf on the putting green. Turf quality decides how the ball rolls, how the ball bounces, how the course feels, and ultimately how golf feels. So yes, turf is the real playing field of golf. Turfgrass is not small topic. Turfgrass is a global industry. Let me say this clearly. Golf may not be the biggest consumer of turfgrass area, but golf is the driving force of turfgrass standards because in golf, greens must be smooth, millimeter precision, fairways must be uniform, playing quality must be consistent, expectations are high, and complaints are instant. A single bad patch of turf on a football field may be tolerated for a while, but on golf green, even a small spot becomes a discussion of weeks. So the golf industry has forced turfgrass science to evolve. Golf created the need for precision mowing, drainage engineering, modern irrigation systems, sand-based greens, growth regulations, and the culture of constant measurements. And once those techniques became successful in golf, they moved into stadium turfs, lawns, and sports fields worldwide. So in many ways, golf is the R&D department of the entire turfgrass world. Now people ask me, how does someone even enter turfgrass as a profession? Because turf is invisible when it is perfect. Nobody notices it. But the day it fails, everyone notices it. And that's what makes this profession special. Turf managers are like pilots. When everything doing well, nobody claps. But when something goes wrong, everyone is watching. So over the years, turf has taught me discipline, patience, consistency, and long-term thinking. Turf is not a one-day success. Turf is a result of what you did 30 days ago, 60 days ago, 90 days ago, or even more. Now let's step back and understand how we even got here. Golf didn't start as a luxury sport. Golf started as a simple game played on natural grounds. Early golf courses were open, wind-driven landscapes, what we today call link-style golf courses. The courses were not manufactured, they were discovered. Nature was the architect. Then golf moved into inland regions. Courses started becoming more landscapes. Trees became part of the experience, fairways became more defined, greens became more controlled. And over time, golf courses evolved into different identities. To understand turf care, we must understand course types because turf management changes with golf style. So golf courses could be of different styles, like the links courses, example, Old Course St. Andrews. Open, exposed, windy, fewer trees, firmer surfaces, turf is often leaner, faster, and more natural. Second category could be parkland courses. Tree-lined, lush, scenic, defined holes. Turf is expected to look dense and premium. Example could be Augusta National. The third category of golf courses could be desert golf, where water is gold. Turf is an oasis in sand. Salinity and water efficiency are the biggest challenges. The fourth category, tropical or resort golf. High humidity, heavy rainfall, rapid growth, disease pressure, and drainage are critical in such golf courses. The fifth category of golf courses includes mountain high altitude golf courses. Here, cold stress, short growing seasons, unique irrigation, and recovery windows are the major critical points. And here is the point: the same turf practice cannot work everywhere. Golf is global, but turf must be local. That's why agronomy is not copy paste. Now, let's talk about how turf grass management evolved into an industry. Turf care started as mowing, watering, and basic fertilizing. But today, turf is a science based business. Now, turf managers think about soil structure, infiltration rates, root zone oxygen, microbial activity, irrigation uniformity, evaporation and transpiration, compaction, organic matter, and surface firmness. Modern golf turf is managed using data, measurements, scheduling, and season long planning. Even equipment has evolved. Earlier, mowing was about cutting grass. Now, mowing is about quality of cut, plant health, growth response, and surface smoothness. And behind every good golf surface today is a team, a process, and a system. Now, here is something I want every viewer to understand. Turf grass is not just grass, it is a business. Because to deliver quality turf, you need water, fertilizers, sands, soil amendments, pesticides, seed and sod, labor, and in many golf clubs, turf maintenance is one of the largest operational budgets. So, turf managers are not only agronomists, they are operations managers, budget managers, team leaders, and quality controllers. And that's why TGC Talks will cover both sides: turf science and real golf course decision making. Why turf problems repeat? Now, if you are a golfer listening to this, you might think, why is turf so difficult? It's just grass. But turf is one of the most sensitive crops in the world because we don't grow it for harvest. We grow it to be played on every day. Turf is a plant under constant stress: mowing stress, traffic stress, compaction stress, heat stress, water stress, disease stress, and expectation stress. And the toughest part, golfers want it perfect 365 days. But nature doesn't work that way. So the goal of turf management is create systems that make turf resilient and consistent. Now, in this talk series, we will cover topics that decide the future of golf turf, starting with trees and turf grass care, management of successful turf grass facilities, cultural practices that build quality turf, stress, disease, and pest management. And in every episode, I will try to connect it to what golfers feel on the course: speed, firmness, consistency, and playing quality. Now, if you are a golfer watching this, here's why you should care. Because when you understand turf, you understand why greens change seasonally. You understand why some holes stay wet. You understand why some areas struggle. And you understand how a golf course is protected and improved over time. And when golfers and committees understand turf, the whole golf course improves faster. Because turf is a partnership. It's not turf versus golfers, it's turf for golfers. And if you are a superintendent, assistant, gardener, or caretaker watching this, I want you to know something. Your work is not small. Your work is elite sports management. You are managing a living surface under extreme pressure. And if you build strong fundamentals, trees planning, drainage, irrigation, soil health, grass selection, and culture, you will deliver quality turf with fewer emergencies. That is the real success in turf. Not only looking good today, but staying good tomorrow. In the next episode, we begin with a topic that every golf course faces sooner or later: trees and turf grass care. Because trees can be the greatest asset of a golf course, and if not planned well, they can also become the biggest long term challenge. This series is for golfers, course caretakers, committees, turf professionals, and anyone who wants to understand how quality playing turf surfaces are created. I will shoot the episode of this series right from the turf of the golf course for which I work, visit, or play, and also from my home studio. So, ladies and gentlemen, thank you for joining me in this first introductory episode of TGC Talks. I am Bhupendra Singh. This is TGC Talks, and I will see you in episode 1.